Gonna build a mountain from a little hill. Gonna build a mountain, I hope I will. Gonna build a mountain, gonna build it high. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, I only know I'm gonna try.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of Planet Zoo Creations. Today we're gonna be doing the Scimitar-Horned Oryx. I think you pronounce it like that. So, let's get right into this video with the general information first of the animal, then we're gonna go into the build, and at the end of the video there will be a montage again. So, let's get right into this, but first I got some information about this animal. I know personally a little bit about it before starting this. Because I've been to Paradise a lot lately, in the past year and a half, I would say, or 2 years. And they actually have them. They live together with zebras, African buffaloes, and wildebeest, and I think another species as well, but I can't remember at the moment. So they live like in this big kind of savanna grassland build, which is really cool. It's one of the best habitats in my opinion in Paradise. So if you haven't seen it, go into the Planet Zoo Discord server and type in Scimitar-Horned Oryx in screenshots or inspiration, and you will actually see a post of me with a picture of it. And I'm gonna try and recreate maybe a little bit for this animal, because in my opinion this is a very cool animal. And it's also being reintroduced into the wild, because actually it was extinct into the wild, I think. So let's get into the information and we might get a little bit of more info on it. Personally, I can't wait to get started on this. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna build yet, but we're gonna get into it. But either way, it's gonna be an awesome animal, trust me. A lot of people did say it looks like a gemsbok or something, but honestly, it's a really nice animal. I'm glad Planet Zoo actually got this in the game. So, the Scimitar-Horned Oryx, or Oryx dama, is an endangered species with a population in the wild of a minimum of 140 to 160. The Scimitar-Horned Oryx, or Oryx dama, is an antelope that used to live in and around the Sahara Desert in northern Africa. The fur of the Scimitar-Horned Oryx is cream white in color, fading to tan patches on neck, chest, and legs. Their face is white with brown markings. They are named for their most distinctive feature, the long, rigid, and backwards curving horns, which exceed 1 meter in length. Scimitar-Horned Oryxes measure 1.3 meter to 2.4 meter in length and are 1 meter to 1.3 meter tall at the shoulder. Males are slightly larger and heavier than females, weighing between 140 kilograms and 210 kilograms, whereas females weigh between 90 kilograms and 140 kilograms. Recently reassessed as endangered, the Scimitar-Horned Oryx was considered to be extinct in the wild for 22 years since 2000. The species was driven to extinction by habitat loss, both natural and man-made, and overhunting. At present, only reintroduced populations exist in managed nature reserves and national parks in North Africa. There are large numbers of Scimitar-Horned Oryxes in a successful captive breeding programs. However, conservation efforts run into difficulties when reintroducing the animal to its natural range. The oryx travels large distances during foraging, but due to the habitat fragmentation, it is difficult for this species to enact its natural behaviors and find enough sources of food and water. However, several herds have been successfully reintroduced to Chad in 2016, which have subsequently successfully produced offspring every year. In 2023, the Scimitar-Horned Oryx was therefore downlisted to an endangered species following its successful establishment in the wild. And that is exactly what I want to see to this animal. I only want to see the numbers go up, because this animal deserves to roam in the North Africa again. People actually don't know this animal because it was literally extinct, and we're trying to get it back to what it was, and that's why these programs in Paradise and in zoos are so important for the survival of this animal. I know a lot of people don't like the ideas of zoos, and that animals are in cramped spots or something. But honestly, if you see like Paradisa and other zoos, how the animals are being treated, they don't know better, and they actually have one of the best cares in the world. They can grow old there. They're gonna get treated for diseases, injuries and stuff. In the wild, most of the time, like youngs, like they get born and they even, like it's a 50% or even lower that they make it because of a lion, a hyena, for example, in Africa. And that's just nature. But for these species that literally are going to extinct, these conservation efforts are so important. So I'm really trying to like point people in the right direction. Like, yes, humans are partially the cause of it, but we also can make up these mistakes, but we gotta put our efforts into it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, if you agree with me or not. Free to debate under this video in the comment section, why not? And let me know what you think about this animal in the first place. So let's get into the natural habitat. So natural habitat is continent Africa, of course, and the regions reintroduced to Morocco, Tunisia, Senegal, Chad, extinct in Mauritania, Mali, Algeria, Burkina Faso, Niger, Sudan, or Niger. Niger, it depends on how you say it. Sudan, Libya, and Egypt. Biomes, desert and grassland. Minimum habitat requirements for one adult, that would be 270 square meters. They do not need climbing, they do not need water, and they do not need deep water requirement. They need a temperature requirement of a minimum of 3 degrees and a maximum of 48 degrees Celsius. This is also why it's really good to have this animal in zoos like in Europe and stuff. If you just have a decent winter, like not like, let's say like some weeks, maybe just some weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, maximum 5 weeks of minus degrees Celsius, this animal will be alright. Give it a place inside and it will be good, because in the desert the temperature drops as well. So this animal will be fine in there, and that's why its conservation efforts are actually helping, because these animals can thrive in such places, and in the summer they're gonna be good as well in Europe. So in my opinion, this is good to get them there. So for the fences that we're gonna place, they need a boundary requirement of a grade 2 higher than 1.25 meters. Species data. Social needs. Scimitar-Horned Oryxes live in herds of interrelated females and their young offspring. These herds usually have a head count of 10 to 40 individuals and are often led by a dominant male. Younger males from better herds until they are mature enough to secure and maintain their own territory, and female herds. Males will only be territorial when there is competition for mates and resources. Reproduction. Scimitar-Horned Oryxes have adapted to both mixed groups and territoriality. Whatever. Usually, having a brain stroke here, Jesus Christ. Dominant males will lead their own herd, though males will secure their own territory instead if access to resources and mates is limited. A solitary male may court and mate with female oryxes who roam through its territory in mixed herds. The dominant bull will mate with all receptive members of this herd. He will smell their urine to detect signs of oestrus and attempt to initiate mating with a receptive female by nudging and nuzzling her. If she allows him to, he will then mate with her. After a pregnancy of 9 months, the female isolates herself from the rest of the group to give birth to one calf, though twins do occur in rare occasions. For the first day of its life, the newborn calf will remain hidden in the shrubbery, with the mother returning to it often in order to feed it. Soon after, the calf joins the rest of the herd with its mother and begins grazing. At this time, the mother is also likely to mate and get pregnant again. Weaning begins at 3 to 4 weeks old and will be complete at 3.5 months old or 3.5 months old, although the calf will remain close to its mother within the herd. Scimitar-Horned Oryxes reach sexual maturity around 1.5 to 2 years old, 2 years of age. Young males may form bachelor herds and are often only mature enough to secure their own herd or territory at around 4 years old. females will remain with their natal group until they are acquired by another unrelated male. So, group size excluding juveniles. They need a minimum group of 3 up to 40. And as you know, my videos I'm used to taking half of the group size. So in this case, we're gonna put 20 Scimitar-Horned Oryxes in. So it's gonna be 1 male and 19 females. That's up to 1 male, up to 39 females. So male bachelor group size excluding juveniles, 3 up to 40. Female bachelor group size excluding juveniles, 3 up to 40. Dominant, 1 dominant male per group. Mating system polygynous. Maturation rules matrilineal. Mature males related to alpha become outsiders. Relation with humans shy. Guest interaction, guest flee from Scimitar-Horned Oryxes. Averages in size for Scimitar-Horned Oryxes is both for a male and a female 1.15 meters tall at shoulder. The life expectancy is not like most animals. It is not that difference in it, but we haven't had a lot of videos where actually the both sexes of the animal are that much different in aging. However, in this case, for a Scimitar-Horned Oryx, a male average age is 17.5 years old, for a female that is 18 years old. And the weight is also a difference. For an average weight for a male Scimitar-Horned Oryx is 175 kilograms, for a female that is 115 kilograms. And if you want to read the life cycle, go ahead by pausing the video right now. So, research status. Fun fact 1. Scimitar-Horned Oryxes are comfortable in temperatures of up to 47 degrees Celsius. Fun fact 2. Scimitar-Horned Oryxes are adapted to living in the desert and as such rarely need to drink. Fun fact 3. Some hypothesis that the Scimitar-Horned Oryx is the origin of the unicorn myth, as they can easily lose one of their horns or appear as only having one horn when viewed from the side. Fun fact 4. The horns of the Scimitar-Horned Oryx are thin, hollow, and made of bone. If an oryx loses one, it will not grow back. Fun fact 5. In ancient Egypt and Rome, the Scimitar-Horned Oryx was domesticated and likely used as religious offerings, game animals, or food source. And then interspecies enrichment. This is what I'm talking about. This animal can live with a lot. And actually in Paradise it's also living with wildebeest, but based on the locations right now in Planet Zoo, they're not compatible with blue wildebeest or black wildebeest. However, in Paradise it is actually living together, I think with the Dama gazelle was the other one, but it is for sure living together with zebra, African buffalo, and wildebeest. So the interspecies enrichment in Planet Zoo, however, is African buffalo, common ostrich, Dama gazelle, dromedary camel, plain zebra, and reticulated giraffe. So without further ado, we're gonna stop yapping about the whole information because most of you are here for the build. So with 20 animals in the build that we need a land requirement of 1030 square meters. So let's get started on that right now. So we're gonna get our barriers here. I'm gonna just use glass. You know what? Actually, I'll use this. And 2 meters is fine. They only needed 1.25 meters anyway. And we'll connect this like that, and then everything that's in here should just go. Okay, this is gonna be too big, I think, but let's see. We have 3,000. Like I said, it's way too big. But it ain't that much too big, but I think this will already be decent enough. Okay, this is a start, and let's see how much we have right now. 1,700, okay. I'm gonna just shorten it a little bit more. Something like that. Okay, let's have a check. 1400 should be alright. Now, what I do want to create is on the side, I want to create a mountainous space, but however, I just need... Oh, not that. I do need to have just some short grass here right now. Just for this one spot. Because I want to create something of a higher place here. You'll see in a bit, guys. So I'm gonna actually have to look in construction here. Where was it again? I forgot where they were. It's not in facility, is it? It shouldn't be. No. Habitat? Okay, why can I not find it? It's been a while that I used it, that's why. Was it in No, surely not, right? What? I'm so confused right now. Ah, it is in special effects, okay. I want to put a waterfall, because they also have that in Planet Zoo. But I don't know which I'm gonna use. Maybe this thin one? Nah, let's just have this one. However, I do have to create it like... Well, okay, hold on. I might just flatten it again. Alright, we can't go back more than this, so I'll just... Okay. And what I'll do is I'll just place one basically like this, and then into the ground a little bit. Then I'm gonna have to build stuff around it, but what I do want to create now is like a small water area that leads into... What the... Okay, that was weird that it just shot off over there. Okay. That leads into a bit of an opening. Like this. Okay, maybe... Maybe just that, yeah. Okay, that looks good enough, I think. Needs to be a little bit higher over here. Just that it's over here like that, okay. Okay, that looks decent. Okay, that's good enough, I think. That they can actually stand in it as well. Gonna have to up this a little bit more. Yeah, that looks good enough. Okay. So it's a little bit like this, and then I do want to create a little bit around the waterfall, and then for the rest of the terrain, some elevated spots, you know. Okay, that looks good enough for me to start off. Okay, let's get the animal in the build, actually. That's what I'm saying. Let's get them right in here. So, 20 Scimitar-Horned Oryxes. Animal trading. Scimitar-Horned Oryx, and then we're gonna take a male. It's gonna be called Tuma. Listing expired, okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay. I think at least, did I miscount? No, I did not. Alright. Put them all on receptives except the male. Okay, and then we can send them all into here. What I'll also do is I'll hire some more keepers. And caretakers. Because with 20 animals, there will be a little bit of more poop playing around. So it's nice to just have some more people assigned to do the job. Alright, let's get the animal. I'm assuming that they won't need a lot of I'm assuming that they don't need a lot of how do I say it? I'm assuming that they don't need a lot of plants and vegetation, because obviously it's a desert animal. So let's see. Are they all 20 in here at the moment? Vet surgery, one is in vet surgery. Okay, should be decent. Master Habitat 1. Okay, they're all in Habitat 1 and they have enough space. Okay, that's good. Now, with them all being here, first things first, we're gonna have a hard shelter for them. So, hard shelter, and we're gonna put species Scimitar-Horned Oryx. Alright. I could place an African shelter because it's from Africa. We could actually really do that. But it is from the conservation pack. There's no conservation things, but yeah, doesn't really matter. I do think that this wooden thing is maybe better for this build, so I'm just gonna place it and hope that it's gonna be enough. Not at all. What if I place such one then? 25%. Oh, oh. I like this. No, it's better like this, right? %. Uh-oh. That is not ideal, to say the least. So yeah, the thing is, they do want a lot of shelter, hard shelter, and I'm afraid I can't really give that at the moment. Unless I give them like this, I guess. I think I'm gonna need to extend the build a little bit for hard shelter. Okay, hold on. Then we'll extend it like this. $52. Alright, well, I think that's decent enough at the moment, guys. I'm not gonna fully place it, but I think that's decent enough on it's not perfect, but you know, I mean, because else I'm really gonna be struggling. So then on terrain, obviously I'm gonna also have to put a little bit more soil in here, and I also want to put a lot of sand. Okay, something like that. Okay. And on plants, exactly, they don't want a lot, but yeah. Biome, grassland and desert, and then we're gonna go to continent Africa. Okay, so that's what we get right now. The oil palms are gonna be very, very good for the animal. I know it already. This is gonna fit like so good. And some reeds might also be really nice to place around this. Don't want to use too much, of course, but Something like that, just to cover off a little bit. That looks fine enough, okay. And to have like a lot of this dried grass around on the place will be especially nice, I think. What else could I basically place? Maybe something like this. Because I do want to create like mostly a desert build. However, I think this tree might also fit a lot, of course. But it's gonna take a little bit of coverage. That's gonna be the issue with this tree. So maybe I gotta place it like at the side so that it doesn't cover a lot. See, because that's immediately like an insane amount of coverage. See, so the coverage is now, because it's like mostly out of the thing, they're still fine with it, but then I can't really place anything else. What I will try to place for them even more is some of that, there's dried bushes and stuff. That might be a nice touch. Like some things that don't take a lot of space up, I think will be one of the nicest stuff to place for them. So yeah, there you go, already the coverage is a little bit too much. Or I delete one of these African things, because they're also mostly like tropical, I would say, I guess. So let's see how we do now. Decent, okay. Then let me see. These weeping willows, I know they could, but yeah, I really don't want to create like a really desert vibe to it, you know, guys. But I think that's one of the best things to do here. Because they could have this tree, you know. I would like to limit as much as possible from like tropical and stuff. There's also desert and tropical, so I'll leave it in. For the rest, everything looks decent for them. Still fine on coverage, even though it's already a little bit on the limit. Delete this actually. Alright, is it decent enough? Yeah, quite possibly. The only thing I would want to change is a little bit this. Just to the side, you know. On the other hand, maybe I can... Okay, and then the water... Oh, we're also gonna customize that from clean water to... some dirty water, I would say. And then we'll do like 0.7, we'll have some bubbles in there. A little bit of mist coming out of there. Let's see what that does. Gives it a natural, more African look, I would say. From the top, actually not too much. Actually, I would even say potentially even a little bit more transparent. And a little bit less mist. Something like this. Yeah, that looks decent. Just get the mist away a little bit. Okay, and then 0.1, what does that do? What is full mist? Just to see. Oh lord. Like 1.2 and then like some bubbles in there. Bubbles could be nice. Okay. Then I think we're almost completely done, and it actually looks pretty good if you ask me. Because this is actually what I wanted to have for them. Maybe what I could do is create a little bit of a downwards in terrain here. No, I don't like it too much. It's a little bit too much deeper, so. Just a little water spot. Yeah, okay, decent enough. Yeah, I think it's alright. Terrain, they're good on it. Okay, that's also decent. Alright, so then let's place the enrichments. I know Art Shelter, I'm not gonna be able to get that fully. Have that cleanliness is at risk. Yeah, that's why I need the keepers to show up. They are running around though, so that's good. Now what I want to see is traversable area. That looks really good. They cannot walk in the water over here, or like a little bit, so that's decent. Okay. They do not need to go over here. That's also like the limited area. They do not need to walk over here. For the rest, everything looks good. Staff. Yeah, staff can run around. That's perfect. Okay. Predicted area visibility. Yeah, well, you know, it doesn't really matter because we're not gonna have any guests anyway. Okay, on cleanliness, I hope they do their job, but yeah, let's get the enrichments in here then. Toy enrichment, a grazing ball feeder, of course. And I think it's a nice place to actually put this right here. Feeder, not too bad, just place it a little bit over here. A melon feeder. Scarecrow feeder, they're gonna love that, I can already tell you now. Small barrel. And then a veggie jiggle cake thingy. How are they on food enrichments? Not enough, okay. Thought so, because it's 20 animals. Oh no, I see that they need I see that they actually need scratching trees. That's gonna be a problem. Maybe not the scarecrow over here. Let's see, how is it on food? 80, okay, one more maybe. Another small barrel probably will do the trick, I think. Okay, one more. A melon feeder. Let's do another melon feeder. Toys, a grab ball, also nice. Very cool for them to play around with. Herbivore scent marker or maker. Rubbing pillar, always nice for them. However, I don't know where I will place it. Maybe. Oh no, that's no. That's a big no. Okay, accessible. I don't know if they will use it that much, but we'll see. And then a scratching tree. Okay, that actually does fit. That's perfect. And then another one. I didn't know that was gonna be so easy to place. And this one, oh, it would be so nice if it was able to be placed over there. Okay, that does go actually. That does not really stand in the way. Accessible, and it's not really gonna be a problem. That's really good. It's accessible. Everything looks accessible. That's perfect. Because mostly I'm struggling with scratching trees, but in this build, not too bad actually. I'm not gonna lie. Everything fits really well. And honestly, it looks like a really cozy desert-ish vibes, grassland vibe. I'm not, I won't complain if I would need to live here. Okay. Hard shelter is even better now. Ah, because they have like coverings a little bit. Okay, that's really good. That's really good because that went up as well now. Toy enrichment is perfect. Okay. Well, without further ado, guys, then I think we can call it a video here. And without further ado, then I will see you guys all into the next episode. Yeah, without further ado, let's get into the montage. Thanks so much for watching. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We just got an animal with a disease. The vets are gonna take care of that, but either way, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of the Scimitar-Horned Oryx as much as I did. The next animal, we're gonna be going from the desert vibes a little bit more to a tropical vibe. That's all I'm gonna say for now. So it's been a while since I did, like, the next video is gonna be a while since I've done such type of animal and such type of build. So I'm really excited for it. I hope you guys are gonna like it, but honestly this was also really great. I do like them a lot. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.